What's up?
What's happening? Hey, this is actually working.
Yeah, Luna says hi. Hi, Luna. So, we're back at the campground, which we don't normally stay at campgrounds, but it's easiest for this time around. But tonight we're going to talk about why we chose a van, because that's one of the questions we got was, why did we choose a van to live in? So, I guess one of our main reasons, do you think would be...
The cost, I guess?
I don't know. I would say one of the main reasons would be the longevity of the vehicle. Because we've just heard a lot. I know you can get like a really good RV or motorhome or fifth wheel pull behind trailer, but to get one that was probably in the cost that we wanted to spend,
yeah,
it would be used, and you don't know if it's going to have issues that they're not disclosing. And we didn't want to run into something you just see all the time, like with people who travel, like mold, and there's things that constantly have to be fixed and replaced in like a motorhome or
and we
Class
also,
C or
go ahead. The issues on that, sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine.
And also like the layouts didn't work too as well on those type of builds for us three.
Yeah. Well, plus if you get a pull behind, you have to have a vehicle big enough to pull it.
Yes.
And that is also very costly. Excuse me, especially at the time that we were looking. When we were looking
2022,
to start traveling, used vehicles were selling for like the same amount or more than a new vehicle. And we're not really big fans of buying things new. We like to buy things used. Because then somebody else depreciated the cost for us, and then when they drove it off the lot. So that was another reason. So once you added together the cost of getting this big truck that could haul a fifth wheel or a pull behind or whatever it might be, and then the cost of buying that item, it just got to be a lot more than we really wanted to spend. And then I would say, what would you say for the like a motorhome? We would also then have had to buy a vehicle for behind it.
Yes, correct. So buying the motorhome and then plus the vehicle to tow behind it and to add those things on there too as well, as far as in like you could have totered it, which is like on top of the wheels, something like that, just the front wheels, or you can flat tow it, which so you'd have to install that thing. But that also means what type of motorhome do you buy? Do you like a 40-footer? Like that's huge to be able to travel on things and have enough power. Those are expensive. You really can't flat tow or pull like in a Class C. Or Class B, you wouldn't be pulling another vehicle behind you.
Yeah.
Because it's not powerful enough because it can't pull that.
So we actually started with a schoolie. We were like, we could build out a schoolie. But by the time we factored in Tyler's height and
tall,
raising the roof and all of that, it was just going to get to be a lot. And then Tyler's the researcher. If you ever need something researched, he's your man, okay? So he was reading like all of people's issues with mold and insulation and all that stuff. So
yeah, because a school bus is, a lot of people have ridden in school buses. They're not meant to be thermodynamic. So you have to worry about those issues.
So we moved on from the school bus, and the reasons we listed are why we moved on from a Class C, and also why we moved on from like a fifth wheel or a tow behind. Because then we also were like, oh, we could get a fifth wheel, like a toy hauler one that the garage opens in the back, and it'd be good to keep the bikes and all of that. But once we factored in all the costs for
you have to have a one-ton trunk for that, and you get a dually or single, and then
those are expensive.
Those are expensive. $100,000, $100,000 for a brand new truck.
So one of the things that let's talk about what we originally thought we might want to live in. A Prevost. Do you know those big touring buses that you'll see driving down the road? Really
the 53
nice,
passenger buses, like big buses that you can like. Some have seats.
But also
Some
think of
have
like musicians
yes,
or
correct.
like it's what they travel in. We were like, oh, that would be so nice. And so we
And
started
those were like
looking,
around $150,000.
not too bad.
Not
But
too bad.
then we started talking to people that own them, and
The
they were
maintenance,
really
yeah, was very expensive.
They were really expensive. But now we look back and we're like, thank goodness we didn't get a Prevost, because it doesn't fit our lifestyle of adventure and stuff. So that's another thing we looked at. Did we look at anything else? Oh, we did look at doing just having a truck with a trailer with all of our stuff in it and doing Airbnb.
Just an enclosed trailer, correct?
And
yeah.
that was going to cost us like, unless you stayed one place for a whole month, which if you know us, we don't, but also we travel a lot for bike races, and they're usually like every few weeks or something. So unless you stayed at an Airbnb or VRBO for a whole month and got a discount, it was going to cost us probably $6,000 a month, probably more now, since everything is more expensive, to do that, to like average in like hotels and Airbnbs and all of that costs. So we axed that too. And then we just went as small as we could. So we went from like really big to really small. But now we're really excited about our expedition truck. We think it's going to be great when it's done. It'll be a good amount of space. Still not massive. But anyway, I hope that answers your question as to why we chose what we chose.
Mm-hmm.
It just was the best fit for our family at the time, financially, because we also didn't know how we were going to feel about travel. So if you do decide to ever travel full time, don't go buy some expensive brand new something. Start small and see how you like it, because you might change your mind. It might not be for you, or maybe it will be, and you're like, okay, I want to upgrade and get something just a little bit bigger or different.
Yeah, because we talked to several people in Baja who were like, I bought this van and like a Revel, like those are like $180,000, and like, but it doesn't fit my need, and now I'm trying to sell it, and the market's kind of flooded, and I can't get out what I want it to. So like, even building a custom van, at the very beginning, you don't really know what you want. You know what your floor plan is. You know what type of lifestyle. So like, you could be $150,000, $200,000, $250,000 into this van, and it not fit your lifestyle or fit what you want to do. And so now you're like, well, now I'm stuck with this. So that's why we went with the VDI, because it was modular. We didn't know what we want. It was right there available.
It was the one van that could have a bed for all of us.
Yep.
Well, we didn't fit all in the same bed, but Kipton had a bed and we had a bed.
Yeah, but you also look at it too as well. It was like available. Like in a month we had it.
Well, here's actually a thing. When you say it was available, we were actually going to build out a van with them, and then it was going to be like 18 months out.
For 2022, at the very beginning. Yeah.
Because everything was like everything was delayed. And so we had a build scheduled, and then the van that we had before that we sold at the end of December, it just came up used on the market. So we were like, we can make it work. And we're like, thank goodness we didn't buy a brand new custom build, because it just wouldn't be the right choice.
Like 1,800 miles. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, and like the value, it would have just appreciated so fast, and the market is just flooded. And it's not really a good fit for our entire family right now. So anyway, that was kind of the like steps to pick what we got.
Yes. And I mean, not saying none of those other things are wrong. Like, if it fits your needs, go do it and test it out and see.
Yeah. Or if you find a good deal on one, or whatever, maybe you already have a truck and you can haul something, or whatever it might be. But that's just why we chose van personally.
We also didn't want like something that you had to convert daily to as well. So like, that was kind of nice. So because we looked at even like a Sprinter, like a 170 Sprinter ERA, which is made by like Winnebago and those things, but like the beds are all convertible. Beds convert to the seat, and so we didn't want that. We want fixed stuff, because we don't have to spend that time in and out transitioning.
Have to unmake our bed every day to have a place to sit, if that makes sense. But so keep asking questions so we can answer them, or have a little list going. But we have 97 more days, so ask away, send us your questions, and we will answer them. But have a good evening, everybody.